Welcome to your weekly wait, coming to you from beautiful Parks Marina here on East Lake Okoboji. Darren Partello is here with us today, formerly #1 Cobalt salesman in the world. And Cobalt is a lot of our business here, Darren. And a lot of the reason is, and you know so much about this, I'm always impressed with it, the engineering, the building of any Cobalt boat.
Yeah, so you know, you can get very technical when it comes to the engineering, the attitude of the boats, the proportions of the boats, the center of gravity with the boats.
Right.
I am trying to educate people more and more on that engineering. Why does this boat ride the way it does? Why does this boat do what it does in the water?
Exactly.
Well, there's an answer for that and a reasoning for it. And that's where Cobalt has shined. Long and short of it, if you just take a boat and they sell on, well, this is a nice wide and tall boat. Well, you have to build a running surface in conjunction with that freeboard, because your pendulum point or your lever on a boat that has too much freeboard is where you get the rocking,
Right.
the side to side, or the pitching in a corner. And then also how the attitude is under plane or during plane. Is the boat rearing up? Are you losing sight of the horizon when you're giving it power to get on plane?
Right.
That's what you need to look at when you're looking at a boat and how it performs in the water. And that's the cool thing with Cobalt, is that it doesn't matter if it's a 220, which you own,
Right.
all the way up to an R30. The layout of the bottom, the proportions of the engine and the running surface, center of gravity, and the attitude of the bow, it's just Cobalt through and through. If a boat has trim tabs and it is under 30 foot long, the design of that bottom is not efficient and shouldn't need trim tabs.
Right.
And the reason being is, if you look at the transom of that boat, you'll see there's a pocket, and those drives are recessed inside that pocket. Okay, so the hull comes past the drive.
Right.
Essentially, it's molded into the boat, so it creates a bow down attitude all the time with the boat. Also, when you do that, as opposed to a traditional flat transom, you're getting the weight of the engines just a touch forward. The drives are a touch forward. So everything's pushed forward on the hull, again, creating naturally just downward attitude with the bow.
Yep.
So that's why I would challenge anybody, if they want, they can come by, drive a boat, go drive something else, and if you're sitting in the driver's seat with the bolster down and you look straight out the windshield, see if you lose sight of the horizon under plane when you take off. It doesn't happen with the Cobalt. Most manufacturers will they'll start with a platform of, say, 28 foot.
Right.
Now, we're gonna expand on this boat. We're gonna offer 3 or 4 different models of that boat. So what are we gonna do? They take a 28 foot, they'll cut a bow, they'll cut a foot out of the bow, a foot out of the cockpit, they'll put that plug back together, and they'll build a boat. That's how they do it. That's the cheapest and most cost-effective way for a manufacturer to do it.
Sure.
So you start with a 28 foot running surface. Now we're going all the way down to a 25, 24, whatever it be.
Yep.
But have we changed the dimensions? Have we changed the freeboard height? Have we done that? No, we haven't. We've left the freeboard as tall as can be, but we cut the running surface down. And that's where you're gonna get a boat that pitches and rolls a lot. It's gonna potentially snowplow, what we term, more into the water.
Right.
So the attitude changes. That's where Cobalt, every boat they build, the hull is specific to the dimensions of what the boat is. Again, it's ease of operation. That's the easiest way to describe it.
Right.
We're not having to run trim all the time. We're not having to deal with trim tabs, We don't have any of that. That's the appeal of Cobalt. That's why I love selling them, because of the performance that they offer and what they do and what every boat should do on the water. It's fun to see the customer's response in their faces when they drive their first Cobalt and become part of the family that way.
And that smile lasts for years and years. No
For
doubt
sure.
about it. Absolutely.
But I would say, the only way to do it, the only way to ever experience it, is to come drive one.
Yep.
You have to do that. Come on over, bring your whole family. We can put them all in the back of the boat and we'll still see the horizon.
That's
So
right.
that's a cool thing.
Right.
Yep.
So we invite you to stop in here to Parks Marina and test drive one of our many Cobalts. You will be so glad that you did, and you'll be really glad if you make the purchase and make Cobalt part of your boating life. Darren, thanks for being with us.
You bet, Jeff. Thank you.
As always, thank you for watching us here from Parks Marina on our weekly wait.